Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Carl McEntee. This is David Meir. We're here today to talk to you about an exciting young sire, foals are on the ground in 2024, Tizamagician, an exciting son of TIZNOW, standing at Milky Way Farm. First and foremost though, I think we need to get to know each other a little bit. David, you and I have known each other nearly 30 years now. Yep. So it's a partnership built on friendship and trust, and that's what we want to establish with the California breeders. David, if you can just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been involved in horse racing for just over 25 years. I started in England with Sir Michael Stout, rode races for a couple of years, then moved to America in 2001 where I was based in California for the best part of 17 years. Moved to Kentucky in 2020, been here since then, and I'm an assistant trainer for Peter Ayrton, racing manager for my wife Anna Mia, and I have a bloodstock business with my business partner in England, Jamie Lloyd, which we formed in 2015.
I am a sixth generation horseman. I've been in America now for 22 years. I've worked my way up through the ranks, starting on the bottom, worked up to being director of several different stallion farms, worked at Derby Down, and most recently I went out on my own in 2018. I own both Ballysacks Bloodstock, a sales company, and also Ballysacks Manor, a thoroughbred horse farm. Now let's talk about the magic of TIZNOW. Obviously, America's horse, dual Breeders' Cup Classic winner, and now we need to talk about Tizamagician. When we talk about Tizamagician, this is your horse. He ran in your backyard. He broke his maiden at Santa Anita.
January 1st, yes. I mean, he's a 3-year-old winner, but it was pretty much the end of his 2-year-old season.
Absolutely, and that was at 8 furlongs. He came back and won his allowance at 8 furlongs. He came back the following year as a 4-year-old and won the Grade 3 Tokyo City Cup and the Cougar, so he's a dual Grade 3 winner. And don't forget, as a 4-year-old, he was also placed in the Grade 1 Pacific Classic. A total of 9 graded stakes placings. This horse is going to be exciting. We've seen his foals on the ground. David, you were out in California a couple of months ago. Tell us a little bit about why you were impressed physically with Tizamagician.
Oh, he's a lovely, big, strong, opposing, robust horse. And you can see why he was a horse that ran numerous times for many years. It's a very sound looking horse. And he's just got a lot of class and elegance about him. And I'm kind of excited to see how his horses hit the ground running next year.
Obviously you saw Tizamagician, but you were able to look at some of his foals. Can you give us your impression on those foals?
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to look at a handful of foals that were there on the farm at the time at Milky Way. Very impressed. Great size, good substance, kind of like the daddy, but really good free moving horses. Very strong, and nothing suggested that anything other than being precocious. I was very impressed by how precocious they all looked.
And another thing to touch on, obviously a lot of sprint racing in California. This is a horse that won from 8 to 12 furlongs. Obviously going to get a little bit more longevity out of these horses. Maybe we stretch them out to a mile. There's a lot of good races going a mile in California. I think he works very well for the specific mares that are standing in California.
Yeah, I agree for sure. And again, from the foals that I saw back there in June, they were very nice, and there was nothing to suggest that you wouldn't say that they were very precocious looking too.
And David, let's not forget with TIZNOW, he had a 2-year-old champion in folklore.
Yeah.
So the element and the prospect of having a 2-year-old is definitely viable with TIZNOW's pedigree.
100%, totally agree with you there.
We want to thank the breeders that supported Tizamagician last year. Obviously owned by John Tiglia, stands at Milky Way Farm. A great thank you to Linda, who obviously manages Milky Way Farm. They've done an exceptional job with this horse. This isn't a horse you need to get to know. This is a horse that you know very well. And he's a horse that you need to support with your California mares. We have an exciting offer. I'm not going to let you know what it is because you've got to reach out and talk to us. But I've got something for the breeders that supported him last year and for the breeders that are interested in breeding to him this year. Please contact either myself at 859-397-8272 or Linda at Milky Way Farm.